Discussion possible action, potential partnership with Extension on Portage County groundwater. Jeremy, I think Tim Reed has had some conversations with you, he said. Are you gonna need some more time on that? What are you thinking? You got anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, to start out, we're always interested in like exploring partnerships. I mean, I'd be interested to hear thoughts you all have. I did, we had a short meeting with County Executive Pavelski just to say we should, explore something. I did meet with Tim Reed today just to get a better sense of the position and get his thoughts on that. And like reading through the position, there's a lot in the position that is more on the kind of technical and regulatory side related to zoning and all those kind of things, which aren't a good fit with Extension. We're more on the education outreach side of things, of course. And he and I did have a conversation specifically about that, of like opportunities for partnership between that position and Extension, so that there's a closer fit. And Jen was involved in education efforts, some with the farmers or the farmer-led watershed groups and things like that. But we talked about continuing to explore kind of what a closer collaboration would be on the outreach side of things. So to me, that's like the obvious part, but I don't know. I'm happy to take other ideas.
Well, we must be raining from the south.
Yes.
We of course, through Extension, have water quality specialists at our disposal, so I'm assuming we have other positions other than education that could be utilized.
Yes, no. I mean, it's a little bit different. There's so the ag water quality work, of course, has a focus on primarily on agricultural practices, less kind of on the water quality monitoring, but the connection between agriculture and agricultural practices and outreach to landowners to think about practices. Those are the primary kind of water focused positions, and of course Ken does a lot of that work too. But I did ask, and you remember I think it was in the fall when Gulong was here, Amber Raditz was also on, who was the program manager. I did talk with her today just to say, like, are there any other positions in the state that kind of have this role? And she didn't know of any. There were more that that were tied to county governance in a sense. That's more, those are more housed in counties specifically and collaborate with Extension to, again, do the education outreach or connecting to larger bodies of research. So.
And one of the things I got out of this with reading, I realized it was with timing of meetings and timing that you could go and sit and talk to people also. We tend to develop, when we have a position within the county, we tend to develop a silo around that position. And seeing this moving forward, and I realize it's just a discussion item, I think we need to work on having these positions more collaborative, connected with the Extension, because when we have one specialist here working in the county, that's one specialist for our county. And again, that silo tends to develop. Now, Extension has 10 to 12, in the networking thing. And I realize that people in the position have done well with the networking. But the potential of a partnership, I think, would be huge, and maybe for statewide, because then that person knows what's going on locally, but then also has the statewide network. Again, that way, if somebody decides to leave a position, somebody in the statewide network knows what's going on and can fill those holes and gaps in the meantime. And there's also some issues with at this, and I don't know if this would work with extension, but the state is offering some money for intergovernmental collaboration through the state budget. So if we could make a marriage of a position, there may be opportunities to fund that position or to fund further research for that position. That was passed in the last budget. And that money, from last I was told, is still largely there because everybody builds their silo around and they don't want to intergovernment collaborate. The Marathon Morgue is one of the ones, I think they're looking at some of that funding. But, talking to state legislatures, that funding has been very underutilized. And I don't know if county and university partnerships fall under that, or if it would have to be county to county or county to municipality. But as you look forward into that, there may be a way to fund a position like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're in the infant stages of it.
Yeah.
We'll, please put it on agenda for next month as well.
Are there any specific things you would want me to dig into further, see next month?
Well, I think Matt brought up a very good point. It's, I guess we have to see what extension can do for us, We have to be able to know. And of course, we're in the preliminary stages of the person leaving Portage County, so.
Yeah, I can kind of lay at least the roles that extension are playing right now, positions that are collaborative. Tim and I did talk about especially when the new position is established, being more intentional about making sure staff are connected and collaboration and all of those kind of things, as that like first step. But it's helpful going in, knowing and having those conversations that's where we're going with the relationship. And so again, I think that the core idea of having the Portage County water resource specialist tapped into a larger network of extension resources makes a lot of sense, right? We have that statewide research base that we can utilize, and that's available in other water quality programming, and then being able to make that step from the kind of needs within the county to practices that are tried, that the extension's promoting with landowners is going to be helpful, right, as things get applied. So I think all of those make a lot of sense from that standpoint. So,
And we all want to keep clean water here statewide at the forefront. And as I thought of this as an opportunity for extension to shine. We all talk about extension doesn't get enough credit. We have the specialists, we have that statewide network. Here's a time, and we have other supervisors that have never taken the opportunity to sit on this committee that don't realize what extension can do. And here's an opportunity and say, well, why are we funding that? Here's an opportunity for extension to shine. Anyway, see what you can do for us. Stay in touch with Mr. Pavelski and Tim Reed, and more to come.
yeah.
Could I ask a question?
No, public discussion is over with.